The advantage of using a self-processing form is that you can redisplay the form with error messages if any of the fields have errors or if required fields haven't been filled in. I've already added the error messages to the HTML in this form, but I need to add the PHP conditional logic to hide them and to display them only when an error is detected. Because this is a self-processing form, I'm going to begin by adding some code above the doc type. So create a PHP block. And I'm going to initialize two arrays, one to store details of errors and another one to store the required fields that haven't been filled in. So errors will be an empty array, and I'll call the other one missing. The form processing script will be added later, but first I want to deal with the error messages. So I don't want these messages to show when the page first loads. PHP treats empty arrays as false, so we can add a conditional statement here that checks if the errors and missing arrays have any values in them. And then the other part of the conditional statement, the closing curly brace, will go in a code block after the HTML. Even though the opening and closing curly braces are in different code blocks surrounding the HTML, it's still treated by the PHP engine as a single conditional statement. So if this condition equates to false, this HTML paragraph won't be displayed. But if errors or the missing array have any values been added to them, then this will be displayed. I need a slightly different condition for these spans, which ask people to fill in details if they've forgotten them. A required field that's been left blank will be added to the missing array, so that's the first thing that we check for. So add a PHP block here, if missing. And then we want to find out if this name is in the missing array. So we do that by double ampersand and then using the inArray function, which takes as its arguments a value that you're looking for and then the name of the array. I need to add the closing curly brace of the conditional block after the HTML. So if any required fields have been left blank, the missing array will have some value, so this will equate to true. And then what we're looking for here is to see if name is in the missing array, because the missing array will consist of the name attributes of the individual fields. So if this field is required and it's been left blank, this error message in the span will be displayed. I need to add a similar conditional block around the other error messages, just changing this value here, changing the name. So I'll copy that and then paste it down here, change the name, the value that you're looking for, to comments, and then add the closing curly brace. So let's save that page and let's see what it looks like in a browser. And all the error messages have been hidden by the PHP conditional logic. If the processing script detects errors or required fields have been left blank, they'll be revealed. You won't be able to test that until the processing script has been added, and that's the subject of another video.